A good physique does not mean health. You can see these two examples. This guy looks muscular. This guy looks normal, skinny, kind of dude. And you may say, whoa, this guy has muscles. He probably eats healthy and he's healthier. But the truth is, no. If this was the case, bodybuilders would be the healthiest guys ever because they have the most muscle. And why do I say that? Because health comes down to these four things: diet, environment, toxicity, and biology. When it comes to diet, bodybuilders usually have a very inflammatory diet. They eat a lot of carbs, and this is for them to fill their muscles so their muscles can inflate and they can have these sugar rushes, these insulin spikes, adrenaline, so they can have the best workout possible. But this does not mean that is the best thing you can do for your health, because too much sugar is not healthy. And then we have the environment. Environment is also very important for you to have a good health. This picture here is a very good example. This guy is at the beach, fresh air, grounding, having some sun. Meanwhile, this guy lives in a city full of EMF, air pollution. He probably never grounds. He probably doesn't take as much sun as it should. And this also plays a big role in your health. Now, let's see toxicity. Toxicity comes from your diet. Bodybuilders usually have a very toxic diet. Protein powders, too much processed carbs, too much processed foods. They want to have as much calories as possible so they can grow, which is not a good thing for the health. And most of the time, they eat very toxic foods. And then we have biology, which is very important when it comes to health and is very neglected. I'm going to show you here an example. You look at this guy, good physique, seems young, big muscles. Most of the people would say, yeah, he's very healthy. But the truth is, his testosterone levels are very, very low. He made a test of testosterone levels a few years ago, 2 years ago if I'm not wrong. So his free testosterone was 61 picograms per milliliter, which would be one on the lower end of normal. It's technically in range, but closer to the borderline low side. You can see this video and he says everything there. His total testosterone was 473 nanograms per deciliter, which is very low for someone at the age 23, 24 at the time. At this age, you should be around 650 to 700 minimum. And this range here, it's updated according to most people. But the truth is, I believe that the truth range would be probably almost double this. So he's on a pretty low range of testosterone. But you may say, what is the big deal here? He looks healthy. Well, there's some studies here showing how testosterone is very important for male health. Testosterone is a health indicator of male health. Not only testosterone, but your hormones overall are a health indicator. You can pause the video here and read them, and you'll see that how important your testosterone is. He may look healthy on the outside, but in the inside, he's not healthy. If your testosterone is low, it means that you have other problems. Your other hormones are not doing well. Your neurotransmitters are not doing well. Your gut is probably not doing well. And this leads to diseases and many problems, especially mental problems. A good example here is with Alex again. In this video, you can read here. I don't know if I can say it, but he has the looks. He looks pretty good. He has a good physique. He has all the money. He has a good relationship with God. He has his family, but still he has these mental problems. And I do believe that his biology, his hormone levels, his neurotransmitters, his diet all plays a big role here. Because his testosterone was chronically low at the age 23, 22, which is insane. And he had to hop on TRT at the age 20 something, which is mind-boggling. This shows how bad his biology was. And since he got on TRT, he felt way better. And this has been shown in multiple studies that men that hop on TRT, they get their testosterone levels up, they feel way better, they feel less depressed, they have less depression. Now, let's break down all these parts. First of all, we have diet. When it comes to diet, you want nutrient-dense, enzyme-rich, bacteria-rich, easily digestible, and protein and fat-rich diet. Here is a good example. Here you have some organs, some meat, cheese, raw milk, fish, fruits, egg, bone marrow, honey. These foods are those that you should be eating the most. And then you have foods that you should avoid or not eat at all. If the food that you have in your home comes in packages, in cans, these weird labels with a lot of ingredients, a lot of colors, probably you should not eat them at all. And then we have grains. Grains are not the best thing for your health, especially for your gut health. They're not the end of the world, but if you want to optimize things to the next level, you probably should avoid them or eat them as little as possible. And when you eat them, you want the best ones, those who are easily digestible, such as rice or some sourdough bread, which would be the easiest to digest. And this can be included in your diet if you know how to do it well. And by the way, if you want to get your health to the next level, build the best physique ever, have more energy, if you deal with gut issues, you want to optimize your hormones, go in the first link, book a free call with me, and we'll see if we can work together. And the next thing is environment. Environment is very important. Environment is air pollution, radiation, chemicals that you have in your house to clean, dishwasher, all of these things, and stress and trauma. These also plays a big role on your health and diseases. You can pause the video and see here a few studies on how radiation, air pollution, and chemicals can affect your health, your hormones, and all of that. So these things should be avoided or switch them for natural ingredients, which would be better. For example, cleaning products to wash the dishes, to wash your clothes, to brush your teeth. All of these things, you can have a natural option that is less toxic. And then biology, very important and very neglected, as I said in the beginning. Your hormones, neurotransmitters, gut, bacteria, and nutrients. When you are deficient in bacteria and nutrients, there's a higher chances of you developing some diseases. Bacteria is very important for your health. It plays a big role when it comes to health. And of course, nutrients. If you're deficient in some minerals and some vitamins, you'll see that you'll develop some issues. Skin issues, losing your hair, mental problems, gut issues, all of that. Neurotransmitters and hormones influences how you feel, how you act, and how you perceive the world. Very important. And when these two things are messed up, it can happen what happened with Alex Eubank. All the money, all the looks, good relationship with God, as a girlfriend, but still, it was not right. And I really believe that hormones and neurotransmitters plays a big role here. So the message here is don't copy your favorite influencer, because most of them are miserable, have a horrible diet, are dying on the inside because of their habits, their diets, and most of them don't report it. But those who report it, like these two guys, you can see that they have super low testosterone and they deal with mental issues, most of them, but they don't share it. So that was it for this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope you can take something from it. And if you need help with all of these things I said, go in the first link in the description, book a call, and I'll be glad to help you out. See y'all in the next video.